This next post was also cross-posted from Relationship Advice.
Relationship advice is a hit right now.
It really is. Y'all just want us to be relationship counselors?
Because we can.
We'll do it. Exactly.
We are experts.
I remember I had said, oh man, we got our work cut out for us after the last video. And then today, like...
It's a 1 out of 10.
already doing like double the amount of views. Anyway.
Yeah, it's already at almost 1K.
I, 29 female, incorrectly thought my boyfriend, 31 male, was cheating. And I ruined everything. My boyfriend and I have been dating for over 2 years. I'll save everyone the long description and just say that he's an incredible boyfriend, and I constantly feel like I won the lottery with him and want nothing more than to marry him. But I've totally thrown it all down the toilet, and I don't know if there's any way I can fix this. Oh boy. Last week on Friday, we were hanging out at my place. He's going to head back to his place, and while he was in the bathroom, his phone chimed. Da-dum. It was a message from Jennifer, not real name, saying, "Just checking that we're still on for tomorrow night. You're picking me up, right?" My heart dropped. He doesn't have a pass on his phone, so I checked the message history. Oh, boy. It's dated recently with her saying, "It's me," and "Is it okay that I'm texting you?" To which he said something like, "Of course," and some emojis. What kind of emojis? I must know. He said he was going to take her out on Saturday and she could pick wherever they were going to go. Imagine it's his sister. He came back from the bathroom. I quickly turned off the phone and was just frozen. I should have said something, but I was just like totally numb. My heart was beating so fast. He said TTYL and headed out. I was completely sick all night. I do feel bad because like I get that. I get it. You know.
Yeah, that could be misconstrued. Like.
Yeah, 100%. But anyway, let's continue. The next day, I decided I wouldn't confront him immediately. Another mistake. So around noon, I texted him and asked what we were going to do tonight to see what he says. He said he forgot to tell me that he had plans over at his brother's house, about 90 minutes away, and that we could do something on Sunday. I didn't write back. I was just watching it all fall apart. Finally, I sent him something asking when he was going to his brother's, and he said he was already in the car on his way and that he'd text me later. So I got in my car and drove over to his brother's house, knowing that he'd have a head start on me, and when I arrive, he should be there if he's telling the truth. I get there, and sure enough, his car is nowhere to be found. I should have gone up to the door and spoken to his brother, but I was a wreck, so I drove home. That night, I put his shit in a box, and in the morning, I drove over to his place. I had rehearsed what I was going to say and how calm I wanted to say it in my head like 1,000 times. But when I pushed the box into his chest and said, "I know about Jennifer," and we're done, he had kind of a smirk on his face like he thought I was joking, and I just lost all my cool. I said so many terrible things. I told him I'll get a better/hotter boyfriend, no problem, and I shouldn't have upgraded from him long ago, and I'm going to find someone who doesn't require me to fake it when we were having sex. Whew, in parentheses, I don't fake it. I really like sex with him. I find him very attractive. I also made some comment about him being small. Parentheses, his size is fine, because I know he's self-conscious about this, and I knew it would hurt. I wanted him to hurt, like I was hurting, and I know it's fucked up. I'm a terrible person. He's totally in shock at this point, jaw open, tears in his eyes. I told him that when Jennifer gets sick of his terrible sex, don't come crawling back to me, and I started to leave. Are y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Jennifer is his 12-year-old niece. I've only met her a few times, and as far as I knew, her name was Mei Mei, not real name. But it turns out that's a Chinese nickname that has some specific significance to her family. My boyfriend's sister-in-law is from China. I don't know for sure if I ever knew or was told specifically that Jennifer was her real name, but I've heard her called Mei Mei, and I've called her that myself. So what the fuck? She turned 12 recently and got a phone for the first time, hence the new text conversation. I knew she just turned 12. He had a work conflict and couldn't make the party. I knew that he had promised to take her out for a night sometime to make up for missing her party. I knew all of this, but I just didn't put any of the pieces together. He shut the door and went no contact on me. I banged on his door until I was pretty sure he had left out the back and had taken off. I tried showing up at his work the next day, but they have security in the entrance and you need an employee to get you in. He refused the call from security when I asked them to call at his desk. I've tried reaching out to mutual friends, but I get told he saw how I really felt about him and can't stay with someone who pretends to care but is secretly desperate for better. But I'm not at all desperate for better. I am desperate for him. I knew this is 1,000,000% on me. He's done absolutely nothing wrong, but I said things to hurt him because I was sure he was cheating on me, and I said things that were not true. I know saying things to hurt him is terrible, and I am terrible, and I hate myself for ruining both of our lives, but he needs to know that I didn't mean that. That isn't how I ever felt about him at all. If I had just been a fucking adult about the whole thing, none of this would have happened, but I lost it, and now I feel like my entire future that I had is gone. I don't know how I can possibly convince him that something I said is not true. I've actually looked into paying for a polygraph test and tried to get it to him. There are some places in the city that charge a few $100 for one. If that sounds desperate, it's because I am absolutely desperate at this point. I seriously want to just die. 2 weeks ago, I was thinking he was going to propose at Valentine's Day based on the plans he was making, and today, I'm crying my eyes out as my life falls apart, and I'm hearing that his friends are taking him out tomorrow to, quote-unquote, be his wingmen and help find someone for him to help get over me. Every time I think about it, I feel like I'm going to vomit. Oh my God.
Girly.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, she really went for the jugular and also disemboweled him at the same time. That's extreme, dude.
Yeah,
like I don't blame him for leaving.
Yeah, like I get being upset like at the thought of your partner, possibly cheating on you or just fucking around behind your back, but like that is in no way, shape, or form the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Especially just by like text that you don't know for sure. You gotta go and talk to him first before you crash out. At least get confirmation first.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's the top comment saying this sounds exactly like the one where the OOP went nuclear because she forgot her sister-in-law's name was Angie. Haven't read that one, but there's a link to a story underneath, like a couple comments down, that says, to be fair, there was a story of a woman who stabbed her boyfriend, or maybe husband, because she thought he was cheating on her with another woman. Turns out the woman was actually her when she was thinner and was wearing makeup. This is when they were first starting to date. She didn't recognize herself.
What?
Yeah, hang on. I want to read this. Wife stabs cheating husband after discovering photos of her younger self on his phone. In a rather unusual incident, a woman stabbed her husband after she assumed that he had an affair with another woman. The confusion happened when she saw photos of him with a woman on his phone. What made the entire situation even more strange is the fact that the woman in the snap was none other than the wife's younger self. According to a report in Yucatan magazine, Lenora N. has been arrested by the police for the act. Her husband, Juan N., has claimed that the photo of his wife was from the time where the two of them were dating. He also added that back in time, they looked different as they were both young and slim. As per the report, the police officials found Lenora with a knife which she used to attack her husband. Juan informed the police in Sonora, Mexico, that he managed to save his life after he was able to snatch the knife from her. Moreover, the husband has apparently convinced her that he had gotten the old photos of the two of them digitalized, and what she saw was one of those. Holy shit. I hope this, if I click this read more, it better not tell me that I need to subscribe. Oh, thank God. The incident has garnered all kinds of reaction on social media platforms. Reddit. One person commented on the post, recalling his days of working with an AIDS hotline. He stated how he had to deal with a situation where a man was adamant on assuming that his wife was cheating on him. The person mentioned that when he used to work with an AIDS hotline in the 80s, there was an older man who called and insisted his wife was cheating. The man felt sorry for the wife and told the caller, well, no wonder she's depressed being married to you. Another user who had earlier encountered a couple going through the same situation said, quote unquote, I had this happen when I was doing legal work for a husband whose wife had advanced dementia. He mentioned that though the story was sad, the whole family looked at the bright side of the dark humor when the woman always saw her younger self and asked her husband, are you stepping out on me?
Stepping out.
A different person expressed how his wife's reaction to the same exact situation was entirely different from that of Lenora's. He mentioned that when the couple first started dating, the woman wouldn't talk to the guy because she had a dream that he was cheating. The user also mentioned that when he has such dreams of cheating on his wife and he tells her, she's cool about it and just asks about the woman in her dream. Oh my God. Dude.
Truly said, I blacked out. That's not me.
Yeah. Stab.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, boy. Okay, so there is an edit here. Just want to say that I totally agree with all the comments blasting me. I made all the wrong decisions. I acted like a psycho and immature piece of shit, and I have no one to blame here at all but myself. You think? I also completely realize that I've done terrible damage to him, and I feel disgusting for having done this. I sent him a letter telling him that I'll no longer try to contact him so he doesn't have to worry about me showing up. I told him that I'm beyond sorry for blowing up his life with my outburst and immature behavior, but I told him to please believe me that I didn't mean anything I said for his own peace of mind in the future. I was contemplating following through with the polygraph and just sending the results as a way to try and help his state of mind in future relationships, as opposed to using the results to try to convince him to give me another chance. But I think maybe it seems too crazy of a thing to do, so I'm just going to leave it. I told him in the next life, I told him the time we had together was the greatest time of my life, and I'm sure whoever is the girl that is lucky enough to be with him next will probably feel like she's won the lottery just like I always did. Oh, dude, this is actually kind of heartbreaking. I kind of want to cry. I realize that I've destroyed my life, but I hope that he can recover from what I've done, so at least the destruction can be somewhat limited to me more than him.
Damn, bro. Damn. Yeah, I do not blame him at all, because, like, how can you, like, look at your partner after they said all of that to you? So it's, like, it's tough because I can see both sides. So it's, like, obviously she is not in the right at all for what she said to him. Like, everything she said is not okay. But I do kind of understand being so hurt by someone, even though nothing was happening, but, like, reacting in a way like that you want to make them hurt just like you. But it's like, dude, it was such a little thing that sparked all of this. It's like, what else? I said it sucks because, like, you can tell she, like, genuinely cares about him, but it's like, I don't know, for you to say all of that and then try to go back like everything's normal. I don't.
Yeah, she hit the big red button in the glass case.
Yeah,
you know?
like, that's really shitty. I feel bad for the guy.
The top comment of the actual post itself, I think, can sum this up pretty well. Look, I'm willing to give you a pass for being concerned that your boyfriend was up to something, but the way you handled it was terrible. A simple, who the hell is Jennifer, would have sufficed. But you did all this. Told him I'll get a better, hotter boyfriend, no problem, and I shouldn't have upgraded from him long ago, and I'm going to find someone who doesn't require me to fake it when we're doing it. I also made some comment about him being small, because I know he's self-conscious about this, and I knew it would hurt. Then you nuked the relationship. Game over.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yep. Well,
can't just be saying all that stuff, especially something that you know he's insecure about, and to just throw it in his face. Ah.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for coming to this video. No, I'm just kidding. Next story.
Stupid. All right.